In this video, we'll be looking at two games that Leaf won in the most recent solo victory cup. Leaf's been really good at solos for a while now, qualifying and making money in the old solo finals, and he'll be going through his thought process and strategy in these victory cup games. Alright, so just run through your off spawn, where you land, your strategy, and all that.
Alright, so I landed these three houses bottom right. I like landing this yellow house because I can either leave to the beach under me or the beach on top and get like up to a fortress next to Slappy. And either way I go, I usually end up with like cap metal because I'm not landing on hammers, so I gotta make sure I'm in like a good metal spot. I get like 250 just from landing here if I farm everything. This game on console, you just farm everything, and then I'll either go towards Slappy or towards like Frenzy, depending on where zone pulls to finish my metal.
In the games that you don't get hammer, are you keying for one, or are you just playing with what you have?
I'm playing with what I have. If I don't have a hammer, I'm usually trying to hold impulses. If you can have like soaring sprints or aerialist with it, it's really good. But even just using an impulse into like a soaring or like attack sprint slide, pretty much almost does. They get you enough distance to like save you a bunch of mats, so that's good too. I don't force a hammer. So you're like down here, this is like where most of my metal comes from at Frenzy, is these houses, and then there's like some barns at the back that have a bunch of like trucks next to them. And then I just make sure I'm 555, even with a hammer. Like honestly, I just want to stay cap mats. I'm not worried about staying zone for tags or anything. I like to stay edge, so I'm not getting keyed.
So you stay edge for first moving. How long do you wait till you start working your way in?
Depending on, alright, if I have, I can leave just stagger like on these early zones as much as I want, but no hammer I'll try to get like decently in and like pulls, since I can't just triple hammer in. So if you have a hammer, you really don't have to worry about your mid game rotate at all half the time.
Going to end game, are you looking to stay high layers with your hammer, or you try to take low ground?
I stay mid ground with most of my mats. So like once I get down to like maybe 150 or like 200 hards, I'll start looking for low if the game's still like decently early, but I'm never worried about height because of how much it gets grief. So I'll just stay on these like mid ground layers of my hards, and then usually by ace zone, front slide low, because if I haven't gotten a kill back then, they're definitely low. And what's it called? It's just easy there to kill. So if you can get low early with hards, then you usually get free kills. So everybody's running around you shambles. They're just free for you. But both the games I won from low ground. I didn't worry about height once.
Now that you guys finally made up that elevation, now you're looking more to take low in these next ones.
Yeah, especially since it pulls back. I feel like the most important thing you can do in solos is, if you're not like, at least have enough time to look at your map. If it's not like safe to, what's it called, open it and mark. But marking it just lets you see elevations and makes it so much easier to know when it's safe to drop low. But when you're in the ice area, you gotta be like careful because there's just a bunch of like random hills. And, like, just in general on this map, there's just random spots where you're like, you'll get stuck on low ground and just die because you get hammered down when you try to go up. And like here, this is one of the examples of a low ground kill. Like this should have been mine. This kid has like no clue I'm here at all. He's just looking straight to the right. So what I should have done, he has 30 builds, so I would have got like 40 off him with Siphon, but I just swing at his wall thinking he doesn't know I'm here, but he sees it in his peripheral. All I had to do is just wait for him to tart for me, and I would have been able to sneak him. And like this is a sell. Like I could have lost this game because I didn't get this kill, because like this was a really important chance. But I ended up getting like a bailout refresh later. Like this is just, at this point, this is hiding, waiting for the right opportunity. I'm not going forward at all. I'm just waiting to catch somebody on the lurk. And I see this kid edit his cone, so I know I have to kill him. Like no matter what this kid does, I have to kill him. And then he just like kind of drones. And I have 60 builds, and it's especially nice zone. No matter what, I'm low ground. even 8th zone I'm low ground, but this is 9th and they have to be here. Here the lower height, there's no point in being mid ground. Dude, all I have to do is play my mats out and live. This late, like every build's so important. 2 builds can get you so long. Like there's 2 cones above your head when you're full low. Just can literally win you the game because everybody's griefing for height. Kids start stressing over these wins. And then especially with all the kids winning games with balloons, like height's really grief. I tried it my first week and then like all my successes came from just playing low ground on my top 5s.
You also get a lot more random loot just falling like that when you're on low as well.
Yeah, like that. I think G Money died. Was like he had no builds, so he's just running around. He gets killed by height, and then 15 builds fall on my face because nobody else can go for it. And then here at the end, I just catch this kid on a timing because he just killed the kid. I didn't see him here. Could have got an early pump off. But the most important thing here is to not let this kid hammer up, especially since I'm only 2 builds. So all I have to do is just pay attention to where he's about to hammer from and just hold my floor. He uses his last build trying to like get a cone off, and now he can't do anything. Alright, so I know I'm con this game. I know I'm single con. There's a kid to my left. I can hear him landing. Now, if I don't hear anybody and I don't see anybody at this beach above my houses or below, if I can like make this fight like over here like less than a minute, like it's worth it because I'll just get all the space to myself. But if literally anybody lands near me, I just don't fight at all and I just leave because everybody likes to running over to these houses a third party. So I'm pretty sure I just grab all the loot here and I run to the dock. And you'll see in this game like there's literally already kids there. I don't know, everybody just runs over to this area from their spots. So if I would still fight this kid and it dragged, I would just got like third party by like 2 kids. So I see this kid, I try to fight him, we end up getting third party, so I should just give it up. There's also like, I also probably shouldn't have even done this because Flo could have just third party this since he landed at the houses. He ends up coming over here anyways. So I just sit here, let them do whatever, finish looting because I know they can't push me because they're closer to each other. They just grief each other if they try to run over towards me. So I just grab everything. And then I'm pretty sure Flo cleans one of them up and I just leave. Alright, so here again, pulls left instead of right, so I'm not at Slappy, I'm over here by Frenzy getting on my metal. I have impulse in this game since I can't get a hammer. Once, like I said in the first game, I'm pretty good at using a attack sprint impulse, especially if I can get a slide off. And I've seen this kid through, the wall's not actually here, so I see this kid in the roof. And like just based off positioning and like the time on everything, I can just assume this kid's bad. Like he doesn't 100% have to be bad, but he's hiding, crouched in the roof, edge of second zone, like literally not doing anything. So like I'm just aggressive. I know this kid's bad. I know there's a pretty low chance anybody can even come over here to third party me because I just ran in all the way from my left. So like there's no one here. And like this kid was a drone. He gives me a hammer and cap metal. Nah, I literally have nothing to worry about. I just hammer towards center third. And then I at least go AFK till half again.
What would you say your ideal loadout for these games would be?
I usually hold, alright, if it's pistol versus SMG, I'll hold higher rarity. The pistol's probably like my favorite secondary overall just because it has like decent range, but then it also shoots fast for the box. And like I'll also take like a purple or gold scar because those be hitting heavy in the box as well. And in this game, I'm not worried about Surge. So, like, I won't even pick up a red dot at all. Because as long as you're, like, shooting your gun, you're not going to die to Surge in these lobbies.
And what about for augments? What augments are you looking to take?
Splash Medic is pretty much just like an every game thing. I like having cap chugs. Danger Hero is really the best augment in the game. You have to take that every time you see it. For solos especially, zero chance can be good. You just crack somebody, dash into their box. If I'm no hammer, I'll take Soaring Sprints or Aerialist. And those are pretty much like the main ones. And then like all the ones based on guns are just based off my inventory. So I think one of the most important things about This season is your awareness with these hammers. So I know that, like, I know about like the general locations of people around me. So like I know there's some kids to my left, but nobody to my left can really affect my base at all with their hammer. I know I have this kid in front of me, he can't do anything either. This kid to my right can't. So once the kid under me leaves, I have nobody to worry about hammering me out. So I just kind of listen to sound. I can like look around and see what builds are breaking. And yeah, so everybody, like, I know everybody that can grief me is gone now after I heard that the kid under me broke this one box. So now I'm allowed to just stagger last. And it like being last just lets you get more opportunity. You don't have to worry about anybody landing on the back of your head or anything. I know I'm the last kid from my side. I just had, like, if you see somebody like this, just smack at them. Sometimes people won't notice. You just get a free kill. I literally lost nothing from doing that. Won't say anything. I can just wait. I know he doesn't have a hammer. He ran in, so I'm not worried about him chopping me. And I just catch this kid. Like, I just went late. He went before me. I ended up behind him. It's unfortunate for him. Lucky for me. But it's just like, the later you go, the more you're going to see stuff like that. But you can't always go late because there's a decent chance you just get dropped. And then here, this rotate was bad because I was like reorganizing the loot, getting on the box and everything since nothing was mine. I don't scout a cone since, well, this box isn't even mine. And I end up hammering like into some kid's box. He doesn't shoot me, but it gets me grief by height because my rotate staggered, so I just get fried. So you always want to make sure you're scouting. I'm just right in there. If he like if he 195s me and switches his SMG, I'm just dead. But he missed. Since I got that refresh first moving, like my whole game's pretty simple. Like I don't even need a kill till like very late. Especially like that was a really like impactful kill, like it was cap mats.
You chose to attack sprint through that without hammering. Did you not have a charge? You just thought it was safer to attack sprint?
Alright, in later zones, like not even late, especially in later zones, but then in more congested areas, sometimes it's just safer to hit a quick little attack sprint because like you getting shot or griefed is completely up to like your awareness and how much you build. Like I've been playing in solos for a while. Like I know when I can attack sprint. Now just a free opportunity that gets like open space. Open space is the best spot to hammer from because that could have been a grief if I just like hit that tree or landed in literally whatever. Could have died. This is A zone, pulls back, and I know I'm in frenzy. There's just like no elevation I have to worry about over here, so I'm allowed to just play low ground. And with this many builds, like I have nothing to worry about, and I still have hards left, so I'm on an advantage compared to most of these low ground kids. Pretty sure once I realize there's no one around me, I start targeting wood. I just have to make sure he doesn't cut me off here. At this point in the game, I'm pretty confident I already won. I'm top 15, and I have like all the low ground to myself pretty much, or like at least the section I'm in. I see that loot that I was going for, but then I ended up catching this kid. He just held his wall, he couldn't do anything, he was gonna stare. And then I try to fight threats because he runs back in the zone. If this is somebody like with bad awareness, I just catch him on that. That's another free kill. That kid was lucky I didn't have any ammo. I think I get cap wood off this.
So you're just being super aggressive on low ground, trying to push everyone off in these final zones?
Yeah, late zones, I just gotta make sure I own a layer. Like, low ground's the one I play. Here, this could have been bad. I have to, like, I don't know, I don't really have any opportunities to run, so here's just, like, one of the times where I would hammer in a congested area. This kid almost kills me. I'm pretty sure that makes me use literally every chug I have. Honestly, I'm more towards a high layer here. I'm gonna start working my way down because it's night zone. Like, there's no reason for me to be here, especially only wood. But even if I'm cap mats here, this just isn't like a winning layer unless I'm gonna force height at the end. This is just like awareness. Like, threats is in here. I'm not really worried about them because Like even if I don't know if there's a kid in that brick or not, or I just swing it to like have the wall. But I knew there's no chance a kid on like inside that box can edit on me because it's fully built brick this late. So like it's just old builds. Like I have nothing to worry about with that. Like that's why it's safe to sit in all this stuff. And then like I said earlier, literally every single mat matters. 2 builds can just win you a game. Like I'm just literally just extending. My goal is to get into this house. But I see this little wood box I can chill in. I just farm all these fences you can't see because of the bush. And I'm just waiting for Heights of Grief so I can follow up with a hammer up after they're done fighting. And I know the one kid's like pretty weak. I don't know what happens. He ends up falling down. I hear him. And now I don't really have any options here. I have no whites. There's 13 seconds on zone. Now I could wait, but then there's a chance that this kid has whites. So I'm gonna try to force something. He holds me out. And here I just sold. I accidentally hold W. So instead of me going straight up, which I'm pretty sure would have caught him. Yeah, if I go straight up, I'm height here. But I accidentally held W. And this almost loses me the game. This would have been like 1,000 times more free if I didn't do this. So I just have to hammer back. And at this point, I can't sit here and just wait. Like I'm in zone 40 white. I just have to run at him. It's the only choice I have. And I'm out aiming him. So I got the second win, but that game would have been so much cleaner if I didn't just choke my hammer and go forward.
How do you get good at solos, and how do you recommend people should practice to get better?
You can have different play styles in solos. I've always been like the more end game heavy. Like I don't usually get that many kills in tournaments, but I'll still be able to place high. Most of my experience, especially for these seasons and like previous seasons, it just comes from like the first season I started calling for finals. Even before then, I was getting top 100 in round 1 cash cups. But the best thing I can recommend is just VODing your games and like watching literally anybody play solos. Like it's one of the most like textbook game modes I feel like when it comes to the end games at least. So if you want a passive play style, you just have to perfect your end game. It's okay, just like a routine of when you get a kill, what layer you're comfortable playing. You just pick stuff up. Like for example, tag sprinting. Like when tag sprinting became a thing, I watched. I'm pretty sure TK and Cam were just dominating opens. I watched like one first place from TK, and like just off that, I was able to like start abusing tag sprint in my games. And it's just like we just pick stuff up from watching people, and I'll see you have like small mistakes that you're gonna make no matter what. But you can have a routine just by watching your games and see what you're doing wrong. So VODing is definitely the most important thing. Your games and people who play them better than you.
If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to check out Leaf's channel. I'll put all his socials in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.